Good morning. Here's as many lessons as I can get in one go around. Here's how you bind anything by hand. So the first lesson I would like to give, here's your tip of the day. A lot of times you got to finish the sides, but then you got a hemline at the bottom, and you need that to look consistent. So one way that we do it is like this. We start regular up at the top, we run it straight down, and then cut it at the line. So that way, when you run your hem, it covers the edge. Now, honestly, this is probably the best looking finish like this because it's all even at the bottom and there's no big hump. And then you just do your hemline like normal. And then that way you got a nice finish. Now, what we do most often when we're binding the edge of stuff is you got to reinforce it. So we just take a piece of webbing. We keep the 1 inch and 1.5 inch in stock. We use the 1.5 inch more often, but I think we're out. So I'm just going to use this real quick. All right. So what you do here is you take this thing and you put your webbing in there. And then you just sew the whole sandwich down in one go round. And cut it off even. Now, most often when we're doing this, it's because it's going to get snaps or some kind of fasteners. So we don't sew the other side because the snap holds it together. This is the best looking finish. Like for instance, on a T-top, like look at it. There's nothing up there. It's nice and clean right to the edge. And then all you got is your fasteners. We do that a lot. Yo corto una cuadrado de plástico. ¿Tiene? Okay, now sometimes you need it to be strong. When we need a lot of extra strength in the deal because there's going to be a ton of tension or something like that, what I do is just cut whatever scrap plastic I got laying around, and then it's just the same thing. Now look at this edge here. So what I'll do is I'll stick that underneath, right? So that it's got a nice finish all the way around. Ever since I started using this Tempotest binding, God, it's easy to get around anything. You know, I used the umbrella binding forever, which is great, but man, this stuff's so more pliable. Like, it's like, you know how it gets all like stiff and you can't get around the curve? Watch when I do the inside curve here. All right, same thing over here. I'm gonna take that and stick it inside. Oop, gotta get a little shorter. I'm going to take that and stick it inside and sew the whole thing down, and then look at that finish. And then bam, look, it's all secure and nice all the way around. And look at your outside. You got nothing. Okay, so here's the question I get most often. Inside curves on the binding. So first and foremost, let me teach you something. When I learned how to do this, everything was 3/4 binding, which is fine, but like, man, it's skinny. So what you run into is everything's so thick. So if you're just on like one layer like this is, that's fine. But when you get 4 or 5 layers going around, that 3/4 is so hard to sew. I mean, look at how like slow I gotta move just to get it in there, because it's got to be in the right place. And then look, I still missed it. Jesus. All right, check the 1-inch binding out. The 1-inch binding is so much better. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but look how much bigger that is. You got no room for error. You know, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is not remake things, which come on, if you've been doing this for any amount of time at all, you've remade so many things. I get real tired of remaking stuff. So the 1-inch binding is my cheat code for that, because it's so much harder to miss the edge of it. Look at that. I'm way out over there. I'm not even on the edge of this thing. I'm like in the center of it. Look. Not even close to missing the edge. I'm telling you, the 1-inch binding is so much easier to use. All right, so when you get to an inside curve, let's start with the outside curve. We'll start with the easy one. Don't forget, keep a little wind in the sails of my pirate ship. Like, share, tell a friend, keep some, subscribe, all of those kind of things. Hit the button, double tap, All right, so look. Outside curve is a lot easier than inside curve, which is why I'm starting with the outside curve. So basically, it's the same as binding anything else. Now, I always stick my binding past it and then cut it back off. And that way I can cut it. I can get the exact end of what I want. Oh, lost my thread. Okay, start again. All right, so it's a little bit long. Here we go. You're gonna have to back stitch across that. And because I got 2 bindings, I usually do like a triangle thing. I know you can see that extra stitch, but man, I really dislike things falling apart. All right, so what you gotta be careful of is here. You see my bubble? If you push that, like if you're trying to manipulate the acrylic too much, if you're trying to manipulate the fabric too much, we're using Tempotest solution dyed acrylic. If you try to manipulate it too much, you end up with like bubbles, right? So that's really got to remain flat, and you have to not destroy it, because it wants to stay where it is. And all you do is just move it around. See, the outside curve is pretty self-explanatory. You do got to kind of move slow and keep feeding it in there. All right, then you just want to cut it off square. And then afterwards, we're going to burn all the edges. Don't forget, you got to burn the edges. It will unravel on you. All right, look at that. Nice even look. It's still got a little pucker, but you know, you put 2 snaps in there, it ain't going nowhere. Okay, here's your inside curve. Here's the moment everybody's been waiting for. Actually, I'm going to even go more severe than that. All right, here's how you do your inside curve. So it's the same as starting anything else. Keep your binding a little bit long so you can cut off the excess. I spend all my time making the start very nice. All right, and then you just feed it in there. All right, now a couple of things. I'm going really slow for me. I mean, even if it looks fast, I'm sorry. I'm going really slow, and I'm not pulling the binding. So what I see everybody do, like with my eyes when I'm watching them, I'm trying to figure out like how to make them better. What I see everybody do is they're pulling this, and they're pulling this, and they're pulling this. Well, that makes your tension very different from each other. Not to mention it needs more material to get into the curve. You can't stretch it and make it go down, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it. I'm pushing the binding into the material. And again, when the binding's all thick like that, I don't worry about it too much. I just sew a triangle into it and I call it a day. Now on this thing, I'm not gonna cut it way down there because it's gonna make too much of a raw edge. What I'm gonna do is just cut it off even like that, and then I'm gonna burn the edge. That's how you bind anything. Don't forget, keep a little wind in the sails of our pirate ship and like this video. I love you. Happy Monday morning.